I would like to start with a short gospel reading. On one occasion, an expert in the law stood up to test Jesus. "Teacher," he asked, "what must I do to inherit eternal life?" "What is written in the law?" he replied. "How do you read it?" He answered, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your strength and with all your mind, and love your neighbor as yourself." "You have answered correctly," Jesus replied. "Do this and you will live." I'll stop here because then follows a parable about Good Samaritan. You can read it if you so wish. As you can see, Jesus replying to the teacher actually uses two phrases from the Bible, from the Old Testament, or from the Torah, as the Jewish tradition calls it, which means that he is not creating something completely new. Rather, he is building on the foundation of the religion which he inherited. If we turn to the theme of friendship across religions, of course, I can share some of my experience from my country. When I was a child, when I was a schoolboy, um, it was not common for people to actually speak about religion or to disclose their religious identity if they had any. Many people didn't have any religious identity. And for example, for the Russian people, the word Jewish didn't mean Jewish religion. It meant only Jewish origin. Uh, and so there was very little of something which we can call friendship across religions, because religious identity was usually hidden. This all changed after the collapse of the Soviet Union, when each religious group started to rediscover its place in the society, and where many people started to disclose their religious identity or actually discover it. And there were many Jewish people who became really Jewish, not only by ethnic origin, but also by religion. And there were many Russian people who became Russian Orthodox, not only because they believed that this was religion of their forefathers, but because they really rediscovered this religion. For Christians, living together with their neighbors is something very important, because we consider our country as our common home. And as we have our common home, we have common responsibility for its well-being, for maintaining this home, and for peaceful life of people within this home. So it is responsibility of all religions to work for peace, to work for peaceful coexistence, and for better mutual understanding among different religions. We do it at different levels. There is an official level at which all religious leaders of the Russian Federation regularly meet. Of course, there are many other levels, including the level of family, because we have very many mixed families, mixed marriages in our country. So on the one hand, we have this big common home for 145 million people who belong to different religions, who have different religious practices, who sometimes know very little about other religions, but who are all responsible for maintaining this house and for keeping it in peace. And on the other hand, we have very many small nucleus in the form of mixed families, where we have again an interreligious friendship, but of a very different kind. And I believe that this experience is unique. Of course, we have in our country, all those problems which people have in other countries. We have terrorism. We have those terrorists who use religious rhetoric to um, to justify their actions. But we pay much attention to the teaching of religion, and not only to people learning their own religion, but also to people learning the religion of the others, the religion of the neighbors. And this is, I believe, the best way to respond to the call of the Bible and to the call which was reiterated by Jesus: love your neighbor as yourself. And in the parable which follows, which again I will not tell what the parable is, but it's the parable of the Good Samaritan, Jesus explains how we should practice this love. And it is practiced in a very practical way, not in a theoretical way. It's the way of helping our neighbor. And he teaches that our neighbor is not only the one who belongs to our religion or to our nation or our tribe, but our neighbor is the one who needs our help.